These are the tales and ramblings of two men, their dream of running a successful food truck business and life. We invite you along to join Josh and Skippy on this journey. This is Monday Morning Food Truck. Good morning, Skippy.
Morning, Joshua.
It looks like all of the audio and speakers are working properly this morning for the first time in 3 weeks. So, is that,
Congratulations. Big thumbs up to that.
you know, it's like we're back to our first few weeks and nothing worked right. And no one could hear half of us, and the other half of us couldn't hear them.
It only took a minute or five.
Yeah, 13 months in, and we are cruising like we've been doing it for decades.
Absolutely.
Look out, Howard Stern.
Let's not go that far. I don't need to get on his radar.
I mean,
So,
worse radars to be on.
it's especially the one on the south or the southeast coast at the moment. Well, over the weekend. Didn't want to be anywhere near that radar.
Well, you're talking about the hurricane.
It was, yes, which I couldn't pronounce whatever the thing was. Hurricane Ideally.
Yeah.
Is that what it didn't look?
EDINA? Isn't that what I saw? Something like that.
It didn't look like there was an N in there.
Yeah. Anywho, you look well rested from having a week off.
Yes, I definitely had a week off. I recharged some batteries, and we're
What's
gonna
that
make
like?
we're gonna make September our bitch.
Okay. Yeah.
Even though she's
Charging batteries. That sounds good. Yeah.
you get more. All right, so you get more days off during the year than I do. So
I do?
yeah, you're off the truck more than I am. Truck's still working, but you're off the truck. We've already established.
Am I still working? You had days off.
You took a nap probably one of those 7 days you've been off. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Well, sorry.
But yeah, this is my first day off.
What's the last one?
I mean, if you count days off of not working, this doesn't even count
No,
because we're here. I mean,
no. Days off as in not working the truck, not being physically on the truck. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with.
okay. I've already been on my truck this morning.
Not working it.
What did I do? Oh, I went to go see. Yeah, I was just checking on the air conditioner.
Oh, that's still working well.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second. But yeah, today's my first day off.
Yeah.
But I still did our weekly post. I still did our schedule for the week. I have other things that I'm going to do.
I guess I don't
away from the business doesn't happen.
Well, no. I was still doing stuff while I was gone.
Yeah.
So technically, I didn't have days off either. Yeah. We'll go with it, okay? Just go with it. Stop picking on me about days off.
I'm not. Oh my God.
I'm getting ridiculed.
Jesus Christ. My Mondays typically are very full. I
have to go shopping later today.
Most Mondays, my TV doesn't even get turned on, and I'm technically off.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all day doing work.
You're off tomorrow, too.
Yeah. So, yes, between the 2 days, our holiday weekends are days that I actually feel like I have time off.
Good.
So,
any special plans?
I almost asked if you wanted to not do the podcast today.
We could have definitely postponed it. I've been somewhat fine with it.
Have a holiday respite. We could have done a best of episode. I should probably put one of those together. I wonder how hard that would be.
A Monday morning food truck omnibus.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. Because I know there's a couple of weeks where we get to like winter and stuff that there's a lot of family obligations depending on where Christmas falls on the calendar and stuff. So We will not be doing, if Christmas falls on a Monday morning food truck on Christmas morning. So
I completely respect that.
yeah. Anywho,
how's everything going today?
great. I slept in till 5.
I was up at 7. I get it. Slept until 7:20 actually.
Wow, look at you go. Yeah, today's great.
If-
It's a beautiful day. It's going to be hot as my something in the jungle. I wasn't sure what I wanted to say there, and it kind of came out that way.
Hot and sweaty like your undercarriage.
Yeah, it's well, they changed it. They backed off the temperature for us today. It was supposed to be 92 today and tomorrow. I think we're only supposed to be at 89 today, so which is what we hit yesterday.
School moment. Christmas is on a Monday this year. So
Look at me go.
Note to self: we will not be operating that day.
Man, I'm like Rain Man with the calendar all of a sudden. Which also means New Year's is on a Monday. So
It absolutely is. Happens to be every year. Every year is on the same day.
New Year's is on a Monday every year.
No, New Year's on the same date. Date.
Yes. 1 week after
Date.
Christmas. So
Yes.
they're both on Mondays. We'll see how we feel leading up to that. But it's rare that I'm hungover on the 1st of January anymore. So
Yeah, we're all old now.
yeah.
As many saw, I went to Wisconsin this week. The one takeaway from there is the temperature in Wisconsin was hotter than here.
Yeah, their
all
weather's a day ahead.
Well, there's a day behind. Or there wouldn't be a day ahead.
Yes,
They're
they are.
behind us.
No, their weather is a day ahead.
How would it
Weather
be a day
goes
ahead?
from west to east, typically. So as stuff moves across the country, it'll hit Wisconsin and then hit us.
Why does it go that? Why does the Earth turn the other way then?
I don't know, Skippy. If it went the other way, then the west side of Michigan wouldn't get lake effect snow.
Oh yeah. Okay. Just blew my mind on that. Okay. All right. On to Josh's weather service. You were just talking about a best of. We can probably put that one on there.
Wow.
I guess I didn't really think about it like that. But it goes.
Yeah. So yeah, and then typically if we get a storm coming from the east, it is way worse for us.
Yeah,
Both winter and summer. So summer thunderstorms coming from the east side of the state to the west side are typically more severe, and the snowfall is different. It's usually a lighter, so that's when we get like blizzard warnings and stuff a lot. Is when we get like that little cyclone that it just kind of spins, and we get the snow from the east because it's so much drier because it doesn't have the lake to weigh it down. So we get the blowing snow more that way.
Gotcha. Yep.
But yeah, if you typically just watch your weather, you'll notice that all the systems come from Wisconsin.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
That jet stream and all that stuff.
Yeah. Does the globe spins in the? No, it doesn't. Yeah. So yeah, I got you. So yeah, we spin, and so maybe the clouds aren't moving. Maybe the weather's not moving. It's just the Earth moving underneath it.
No, actually, the globe does turn the same way as the weather. Yeah, it does. It has to, because time change, or not time change, but like
But Wisconsin's behind us in time, but ahead of us in weather.
Yeah. Yeah. Oof. All right, that's it for today's show.
Skippy needs a nap.
Just in mind,
Yeah, someone screwed up the programming when they did it. I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. Well, it was supposed to be 99 when we left on Sunday, and like here it was like 92 or 85 when my wife picked me up.
Yeah, so when we got
Today's supposed to be
according
90.
to the app on my phone, we hit 90 briefly for about an hour, but it wasn't as humid as it had been the last time we had this little stretch of warm weather. So hopefully it's not
crazy humid today and tomorrow because I would like to be able to leave my house without dripping. But
Humidity today in Jackson, Michigan is 87%.
oh, never mind.
Yeah, there goes that. And it may rain in the middle of the week, you know.
Yeah, I saw. I think tomorrow, Wednesday, there's a chance of scattered stuff. Or no, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
Wednesday,
only like
Thursday.
40% for here. But anyways, yeah. So you went to which competition in Wisconsin?
A little town called Warrens, Wisconsin, famous for cranberries. At the Jellystone Park, it was called Smoking in the Bogs, and was there a couple years ago, and I don't know, it was packed a couple years ago. This year was, I'm not gonna say it was dead, but it definitely wasn't as packed.
I really liked Wisconsin comps when I was doing comps. It was it was my favorite state to go to outside of Michigan.
Only a second
Hospitality
time.
wise, seemed to be top notch typically. That was, I mean, Tim was a huge part of that and really pushing competition barbecue over there. I don't know how much he's still involved in that now that he's really deep in catering and stuff. So I miss
So
it.
the organizer's name was Kenda, but it's spelt like kinda. So to give you the running joke is Kenda kinda knows what was going on. The reps were late to their own contest.
That's a bad
They,
sign.
they didn't show up until like 3 on Friday. We didn't get back, and they were doing meat inspection.
All right.
Anyway,
Really, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
and it was only one of the reps that showed up. The other one still
Well,
hadn't showed up.
isn't there a rule in the KCVS rules that you can have your meat inspection done by another competitor?
You know, and that's absolutely true. However, we were 5 minutes away from every other competitor. We had a
I
5 minute
mean,
golf cart,
I don't
5 minute golf
remember
cart ride.
exactly my timeline,
No,
but
yes, you
I
did.
know that we were. I mean, that's close to when we would be injecting and stuff for some
Oh
of
yeah.
our stuff. So,
Oh,
um,
and yeah, for sure. And I think some were the same. They were just there was veteran teams, there was rookie teams, there was people all in between, and it was just with the amount of people there, they should have just put comp teams close together
yeah,
so we could all do our stuff. But there were people all spread out. So it was a 4 minute and 45-second golf cart ride to Turnham's.
wow.
It was like on the complete other side of the park. We were out in the back. We weren't in the back 40. We were in the back 50.
Oof.
But the cabin that we rented had really good air conditioning. It was like a meat locker in there, which was always really
Nice.
good. Anyway, we ended up with like fifth overall. I got a first in brisket. I was pretty happy with.
It was your brisket.
Yes. Well, it was his brisket, but I cooked it and seasoned it.
I didn't like the picture that
Sorry,
you
you
posted.
didn't.
I don't, it looked really super dark.
It was shiny.
Yeah. I'm just saying it
Mm.
wasn't a great. I'm not doubting the quality of your turn-in.
Oh
I'm
well,
just
it was
saying,
let's put it this way. The scores reflected Michigan like 6 years ago.
oof. So no 180s, no 700s.
I think 685 was the top,
Yeah.
and that first place brisket was like a 172.
Oof.
And then my friend got a comment on their dessert turn in. So he turned in cheesecake with like jars of milk
Hmm.
as typically as a garnish or a palate cleanser afterwards, but you're not necessarily supposed to judge the milk. Well,
Milk was warm.
somebody decided to judge the milk. They said it took away from the cheesecake, and that the graham cracker crust had a heavy butter flavor. How the fuck do you make?
Last
So
I knew, there was like two ingredients in the graham cracker crust, and that was graham cracker and butter.
to make a crust, yeah,
Your brisket tasted a little beefy.
yeah. But no, it was, and then the chicken that we cooked was 11th because it was frozen. I went to inject it at like 8 in the morning, because the refrigerator inside, we didn't know which way to turn up and down. So the kale was a little crispy, and the chicken was.
Frozen kale, and now I think you might be onto something there. If you can keep your box frozen,
Uh,
will it turn black right away when it freezes, or does it not turn color until it thaws?
oh, it still had good green or good dark green.
Yeah, man, I think that's the way to go. That way it holds everything nice and firm on top.
I don't know.
I think you're onto something new there.
We just chopped it up and threw it in the box anyway. So, uh, no, so we brine the chicken and then put the containers of chicken on top of the firebox to start getting it warm.
Pre-cook.
Like, can we? Is there any rules on unthawing chicken in the microwave?
Only if you get caught.
True. Otherwise, did a fifth overall. Took home like $800 or so. Otherwise, it was a fun night. They had a golf cart run, and we decorated our golf cart with about 300 pieces of glow sticks. And after the golf cart run, we're like, okay, well, what are we going to do with all these? So we just dive bombed random campsites that had people in there.
Nice.
We got a lot of thank yous and woo, and then we got a lot of. So from those campsites, we drove faster.
So it sounds a little bit like a competition of old.
Oh yes, it was that part was the fun part.
Good. Oh, be quiet.
Anyway,
oh, good. I'm glad
so
you
that
had
was
a
my
good
week.
week. Oh my God!
Spread dirt. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. How was your week? You had a couple sellouts.
Yeah, we're plugging along. August ended. Yep.
Okay, August ended. Oh, my August, by the way, was my best month ever.
Good job, buddy. Mine was not.
I'm sorry.
Ouch. Well, let me look. You know what? I didn't look after the end of the month. I haven't looked since really. We talked last week. But I want to see if I shift the fantasy $7,000 from July to August, what that makes everything kind of look like. And I hate it. What the fudge? I just wish all of the reportings looked the same no matter what device you run.
Mm-hmm.
I would be happy. All right. So for August, let's see, that's 38.9 is what our gross sales were. That's without the $7,000 that was paid in July 31st. So you shift that over. So I'm at like 45.9, which would put me, I believe, just ahead of last year's. So we take July as a step backward, and August is a slight step forward. Really doesn't really matter what it is in the grand scheme of things, but yeah, it was an okay month. I mean, yeah, so we were up over last August by about $1,000. I'm never going to scoff at that.
I was before your Phantom 7000. I was 2,000. I was exactly 2,000 below you.
Okay,
36.9.
that's a good month.
It was yeah. So I beat last month beat July, which was our best month, by $600. There was a lot of catering going on last month too. This month there's a lot of catering going on too. So I'm excited to see what this month looks like.
So yeah, I mean, we had our last of the Granville Farmers Market. We had the Hudsonville Farmers Market back-to-back days. These have never typically been huge lunches for us. Really, relatively pretty small. We're talking like $500-$600. I think we had one in Granville that was $9, which kind of blew us away, not expecting it. But yeah, I think we were like $400 to $500 for each of those farmers market this week, which is kind of what I expected with school back in session now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we do have 2 more of the Hudsonville Farmers Markets in September towards their last 2. So, but we had we sold out Tuesday. We ended up selling out even with a slower lunch. We had a subdivision we haven't been to since 2020, early 2021, I think. And we stopped going because it was awful. I think we had like 6 people the last time we went to the subdivision. This time we were done an hour early and probably could have done another $700 is my guess. So that was a good night. Wednesday was just all around a slow day. I heard back from Plainfield Township, who is in control of Belmont, which is the subdivision we got kicked out of.
Yeah.
She let me know that she had received my materials on Monday, and that she would be reviewing them over the next few business days. I have yet to hear back.
That's so nice of her.
I know. So we were hoping to go out to that subdivision again last week, Wednesday. So we had to kind of pivot a little bit, and we ended up at the gas station, which has never been a great dinner spot for us. So that was just kind of we're going to go try to sell some food and see what happens type of thing. So a pretty slow day that day. And then Thursday, we started our big promotion on Thursday. So we're giving away, well, and I'm sure you saw all the comments and things on.
Oh boy, did I!
And we can get into that a little bit too.
Oh boy.
So we've done a couple different promotions, a couple different times. Our first full year, we did little gift baskets of rubs and stuff that we use, and some other barbecue supplies. We gave away like 6 of those. Kind of the same deal. All you had to do is come visit and buy something, and you got an entry. I think we did it for the last month we were open or something like that. Kind of just to keep people interested, keep people coming to the truck. If it was enticing enough to get them there. We actually had people that was their first visit that year. They saw the post. They decided to come because of the promotion. These people, some of them, especially one that won, it was her first visit and she won. She has been a regular customer of ours since then. So probably has been to the truck 20 to 30 times since.
Okay.
So that's kind of the idea. You get new people to come because of the promotion. You get them to come back because of the food. And then for our regular customers, it's something fun for them. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So we're giving away a PlayStation 5 at the end of the year. You need to spend $20 or more to get an entry. You spend $50 or more and you get 3 entries. That's it. That's all there is to it. At the end of the month, at the end of the year, we pull a name. Now we threw in another wrinkle, and we only posted this once, and that was on the original post, that if we hit $90,000 in sales over the last 60 days, it was 60 days that we had left, that we would do 2 PlayStation 5 giveaways, and if we hit 100,000, we'd give away 3.
I saw that.
So, our average day to hit that number is only $1,660 to hit 100,000. Doable. Those are all pretty good days. So it is an attainable goal. It kind of gives people some skin in the game a little bit. Something fun for them to look at. That's all it was. We don't need to do the promotion to do sales. Blah, 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 blah. But we can get into that whole comment in a second. So yeah, we started that on Thursday, the 31st. The reason we started on the 31st of August and not the 1st of September is because of where we were at. So we went down to Midwest that day. Wanted to give them an extra opportunity to be able to get into the drawing because we were only going to be down there 2 more times. And that's a very loyal crowd for us.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure that they got somewhat of the same opportunity. It's not like they can just go find us at a different location in the area type of thing. So wanted to take care of them a little bit. Ended up having a pretty good day down there. Pacing. The pacing of the crowd was definitely weird for us. Yeah, it was bizarre. And we've had that a little bit all week, where we have our normal pacing, and Midwest is a little bit different. It's usually very front heavy and then dies off. This time I think we had one person in the first 5 minutes, and it wasn't the normal person that comes out early. So Chris and I, again, were looking at each other like, uh-oh, what's going on? But yeah, it all worked out. It was a very upper average lunch there, to above average. So that was good. And then it was right about that same time that we got approached by somebody from a subdivision in Grand Haven, looking for a food truck for some time during Labor Day weekend, just for the community to be able to, no planned event, just looking for something for the weekend.
Yep.
I said, well, we don't usually do subdivisions on weekends, especially holiday weekends, just with people traveling and stuff. We didn't have anything really booked Friday outside of lunch for Wiseman. I said, if you want, we can come Friday evening for a few hours. We were just going to do a half a day, but, we'll cook a little bit extra food and see what it is. If you think there's going to be people around. And there was people around. Yeah, they had wanted us there till 7:30. We said we'd go till 7. We were out, I think, by 6:15.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, because we started at 4, they said that people aren't going to be home until 5. I think we had our first person at 4:02 and didn't not have people out in front of the truck for the rest of the night. So another very good new subdivision. Yeah, it sold us out. It was a good night. It was a good day. A good start to September, which was nice. So we'll be back to that subdivision in Grand Haven. That was our first foray into Grand Haven. A very food truck friendly town and area. They allow food trucks into the state park there, and then they do separate food truck events weekly in town.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
yeah.
A good step forward there, and it's only about 40 minutes from the house.
Yeah.
So opening up Grand Haven a little bit for us. And then, the weekend we had campgrounds, which were packed and full. But again, timing's so weird in that, people don't eat lunch at normal lunch times when they're camping.
They just do whatever they want.
11:45 to 12:45 was our slowest hours both days, Saturday and Sunday. And then 2 to 3 was our busiest hours.
Oh, wow.
It's like, Sunday we'd go half an hour, consistently half an hour with 0 people, and then we get 5 people. Then another half hour with no people, and then another 5, 6 people go. So, just weird, and it's nice to sell out. But it makes for a long day when you have that much space of nothing. And you really, you only have so much motivation to clean shit. Especially
every time you just kind of want it to be over.
Yeah, it's warm. But yeah, so our AC unit was running. It was blowing cold air, but got to clean those filters every once in a while. And I realized that as I'm watching the temperature just climb, it was 88. I was like, it seems like it should be keeping up better than that, because it wasn't even 88 outside yet, really. It was only 82 outside. So I had them pull them, and it looked like cleaning out the drain of a women's locker room. They were
Jesus. Okay, then.
I think Chris was gagging a little bit as he was rinsing them off of the...
Of course,
but man, that thing has started blowing some air after that, so yeah.
Yes, our
kosher. So
our air conditioner in the trailer we were in decided to go out when it was about 94 in there when we were cutting up meats. It was a little toasty.
So yeah, I think we've handed out about 230 entry slips so far for our little giveaway in 4 days. So that's orders over 20 and orders over 50. So
You're gonna have like thousands.
what's that?
You're gonna have like thousands.
Yep. Fine with me. I hope
How
so.
are you? How are you doing it? Are you giving a ticket and then writing their information on the back?
So we ordered entry forms off of Amazon.
Okay.
So they all have the same design on the back. If someone wanted to go find the card stock and make their own, they probably couldn't sneak away something. But as someone hands me 50 of these things, I'm probably going to know. And we're handing them to them. They're filling them out in front of us and handing them back to us. So, yep. So, yep, we get name, phone number, and email address.
And of course, you ask if it's okay to be contacted via these things for future
I am
marketing.
not using any of that for that. Probably. It's a lot of data entry. I don't know that I want to do it. I might. But, yeah. I don't know that I want to. Yeah,
Well,
if I
Ethan
do,
and
it might
Alex
be a ton of
aren't
email.
busy.
What?
Ethan and Alex aren't busy during Christmas
Ethan's at
break.
school. Yeah.
You can just give them to the local IT professionals. They'll figure out a way to get them in there.
Oh, damn it. He snagged that $2 bill from me. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, we might keep email addresses just for some email marketing, maybe, but currently the plan is not, so.
Yeah, cool.
But, yeah, we hope to have thousands of entries. We hope that it does generate some visits from new people and then generate some new loyal customers, so.
Yeah.
So what do you have going on this week, Skippy? You working this week? You said you have a lot of catering?
Well, I'm setting up in my home subdivision tomorrow after trying to find a day to do that.
Well, drive carefully.
I'm going to try. I should still have to figure out a place to set up. I think I know, but I have a golf outing on Thursday that's catering. I have private event on Friday, lunch that's catering. I got a wedding on Saturday. Yeah, there's. Oh, I did get a cool email asking for me to cater the car and driver 10 best photo shoot.
Nice.
I thought that was kind of neat. Should make up for the really crappy farmer's market that I'm going to that day.
So how do you feel about farmers market, Skippy?
I feel that they are not, well, like, are we talking farmers markets that are like set up somewhere, or are we talking about a farm that has a market?
Let's go a farmers market that is set up somewhere, like a city farmers market.
Okay. So the only one I've been to is like absolutely sucked, and they run it from 2 to 6, which to me makes absolutely no sense. It's at a local park. It was hot as your undercarriage, and it was like $350. I mean, it just wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
And then you really can't schedule anything after it or before it
Yeah, I know
because
that time frame.
because it's 2 to 6.
Yeah.
So I always tell people I'll go twice, and if it doesn't work, then I'm not come back. So this is my second time. So let's hope for the best. On a farm that has a market, I've only been to one as well, and I would say if it's marketed right, then it can be great sales day.
Yeah.
Because it seems like a farm that has a market also has a whole bunch of other things for people to do.
Yeah.
And so I think that works. But if it's just a farmer's market where, a bunch of people are coming up to sell their wares, I don't think it's worth the paper it's printed on. But that's just me.
Okay. Yeah, I think your time frame's weird. Because all the ones around here typically are mornings, so they run like 9 to 1 or something like that.
Yeah.
We try to be open by 10, so we do 10 to 1. Yeah, for us, they're hit and miss, and we never expect a big day there. It's a good spot to go for lunch, and it is what it is. It compounds when we don't have a good dinner spot, or it's a shitty dinner night too, and then we end up with a $700-800 total day.
Yeah, and you're just chucking food.
And for us, I mean, when we were making payments on the trailer, that's about break even for us for a day, is that 7 to 8, give or take.
I can see that.
So with labor and trailer payment and yeah. So, which sucks. I mean, break even days suck.
It does. I mean, it does.
Breaking even during the summer makes the winter a whole lot longer. Yeah, I think that we will still do like the Granville one, just because we have a really good relationship with them, and the other events. But I think the Hudsonville one is probably going to be done after this year. It's much smaller, and smaller is not good. Definitely, there's people there, but no one's eating. And they don't promote as well as Granville does. I mean, there's plenty of local area businesses are in that area, and we can't get any of them. Either they don't know that there's food there, or I don't know. It's weird, and we haven't had the best of luck in Hudsonville so far.
Yeah,
Pulling people in for whatever reason. We've had mixed results at subdivisions, but yeah, we just can't seem to get a hold there, and it's weird. Yeah. But yeah, we're back to our farm this week, Sunday, so deep roots. After a couple years of negotiations on fees and things, and looking forward to being back. They have just put a huge investment into their property, a brand new barn. That is their grand opening. Finally, is happening this weekend on that new barn. Was supposed to be opening in July or August, I think, and they kept having some setbacks and stuff. And but that has always been a good spot for us.
So,
but wasn't worth the $100 a day. It's 10%.
That's where it is.
Yeah, 10% or and was what they originally wanted. We talked them to a flat fee of $100 the one year, and then they came back last year and they're like, nope, we're going to stick to the 100 or the 10%. I was like, we're out. It's not worth it for me to pay you $150. I can make that same money somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's going to take a little bit longer, but yeah. Yeah. So we're looking forward to being back this year. We expect it to be big days for us. Yeah, and they're actually open they're going until 8 o'clock now on Sundays. So I need to determine what kind of hours we want to actually do there, and if I can get.
They're open at 8?
Until 8. So they open they open from 10, and then they close at 8.
Oof.
And they have, so they have corn maze. They have stuff going throughout all day long. So, do we want to try to cook extra food and go until, 6:30? And we always kind of enjoyed Sunday being our short day type of thing. So,
yeah, I would, if it were me, I wouldn't. I'd go to whatever. Yeah, it's, unless you know any other trucks that have been there that you can reach out and say, hey, how long have you been there? Has it worked out?
Well, I know the donut truck's there all the time. And they do like glow nights and stuff for their corn maze and stuff. So they do have nighttime events. But yeah, with the new barn, who knows? It's all an unknown at this point. How much more traffic throughout the day does that barn bring in?
Yeah.
So we're probably going to cook a little heavier for this weekend and kind of see where it is. And to see what happens, but we're looking forward to it. Yeah, big week for us. Should be. We're doing an apartment complex that's in downtown Grand Rapids.
Huh.
A fancy-ish one. I have to reach out to them and figure out where we're going to park, because I hope they're not planning on us parking on the street because we're not allowed to.
I hope not.
But I only saw a parking garage on the property, and we're not fitting in there. So, yeah.
That's not.
But yeah, we have another Etna event this Friday. Food truck festival on Saturday that should be pretty good, along with a wedding that night. So, but yeah, then next week we have 3 days that are private event days.
Really?
So, yeah, we're only going to be open to the public for 3 days. Or no, that's not next week. That's the week after. I mean, yeah, so we have some days or weeks that we're just so freaking busy. Yeah, September should be a banging month. So
Yeah, that's what I think I am too.
I think September could have potential to be our busiest month ever. So the potential's there. We're hoping.
Well,
Also,
good.
These 2 Hudsonville Farmers Market days we have.
Yeah, I know. Same thing with me. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And if Plainfield can get back to us and let us know if we can ever set up in their township. But, yeah. It's going to be good times. September's a good month. It'll be a good month.
It was our best month last year, but we had a couple festivals inside there which were not at this year or not available this year. So
yeah. Have they started building your trailer yet? Get any pictures yet?
no. The last email I got was make sure you submit your plans to your local building inspector or your local
Health department.
yeah. Which I think I'm fine.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, I gotta get that. I gotta. So I think I mentioned it on the podcast that Patrick Carlson, who does logos and is a cartoonist, has done a lot of barbecue logos and stuff.
He did the one right behind you.
Yes, he did. As well as my previous competition logo. He does good work. He does quick work. I had asked him if he had ever done trailer wraps. And he said he has done a couple. I just need to get him measurements of where everything is on the trailer. So he's going to do that for us. He got hit pretty hard with the hurricane where he's at. So he's been without power. He posted on his Facebook page for the last few days. So yeah, that we're working on getting the trailer kind of wrapped. I have some ideas, or have the idea in my head. It's just whether I can translate it and he can do it, which I have no doubt because he's been able to do everything else that I've asked him to do so far. So,
Are we talking current trailer, or did we make the leap?
I have not. There's no down payment made or anything yet.
But it's a guarantee it's going to happen.
98%.
Okay. Did you pick a manufacturer?
No.
Okay.
You worried about your $50 getting, or $500 getting added onto your bill again? Your referral.
Oh. No, I'm talking about your whether. I guess what's holding you back. I know what's holding you back. You don't want to do it till the off season.
Yeah.
But what's in your decision making on who you go with? Is it all about price? Is it about layout? Is it about communication? What do you what's going to make your decision on who you go with?
Price is a big one.
Well, sure. I mean, yeah.
And I know what I'm getting with a Southern Dimension, really, But I know it's going to cost me more. So now I need to figure out what's in their price that justifies the additional price. So just trying to work through all of that. I'm not in a rush. So I have that luxury right now. Yeah, I am not in a huge rush. I should have a layout from your people early next week. I told them I was still going back and forth on a couple pieces of equipment, so once we have that finalized, we'll go forward. I think I'm going to end up going with tabletop sandwich prep stations, countertop, instead of the whole built-in with a refrigerator, just because of how I have it drawn out with the wheel wells.
Yeah.
It'll be more of a possibility for me to do it that way. And I don't necessarily need the extra refrigeration. And that's the other part I'm waiting on, is written approval from my health department to be able to cook off trailer.
Oh, yeah.
And stock that trailer with previous trailer, because if I can't, if they say no, then that changes everything for me. So,
Gotcha.
and I don't want to move forward until I have a written, even if it's an email, written something that says, yep, you're okay to go. That way, when I go to get my license for that trailer, I can have that email in hand and say, you guys said it was okay.
Yep.
So I'm trying to get all my ducks in a row. Again, I have the luxury of time. I have 3 months before I have to put in the order in order for me to have that by March.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no rush for me. And I have no desire to have that trailer any sooner. So, because as soon as I take delivery on it, I have to start making payments on it.
Through that.
And I don't want to make payments on a trailer that I can't make money with. So that's where I'm at. I like the layout. It's just a matter of having the proper equipment. Yeah, and then I need to figure out what I'm doing for additional smoker space. So probably a Southern Q. Yeah.
You happen to have one.
Yeah, I know, but another one. Those are pretty small. So I'd probably a second limo.
True, because they don't make them any bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish they would. I wish they would do like a double limo. Would be awesome. So yeah. And then just taking at the end of the year, taking Gert down to Jay's and have him disassemble the entire chute for me and rebuild it. It's bad. Every day my fingers are crossed that it holds together for another 2.5 months. Yeah.
Oof.
It is bad. But once he gets it all taken care of, it'll be 100 times better than it was. And we have been very good with our maintenance on it, and making sure the chute and the transfer tube are getting cleaned well and properly. We're emptying ash every couple hours, shaking the grate every couple hours, just so there's not that buildup of heat right on top of the grate.
You're just not sitting there.
Yeah, which you should be able to allow to happen, or it should fall through, which I know it's not always going to, because you get some moisture or whatever, and the ash just kind of clumps sometimes and whatever. So yeah, we're making a very conscious effort to be better with all that stuff, and we will with going forward. So those types of things are way different when you have a smoker lit 24/7 versus when you have it lit for a weekend.
Oh yeah.
The maintenance on it changes a little bit. So,
and it's weird that there's really no companies out there that make a gravity feed as big as they did.
Yeah.
You know, the other main ones was was Assassin, but they only have a 32.
Yeah.
You can get a 72 and a Myron Mixon, but you're going to spend $10,000 for that.
Yeah. Well, that's
crazy.
What I paid for mine.
Yeah.
Mine was 9.
Just interesting. Even with the other ones, it's 33 inches. That's pretty much the biggest ones that are out there right now.
Yeah. Well, and again, they're not designed for what we do. They're designed for, backyard cooks or competition cooks.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably a gap in the market there. So we should probably start building smokers.
Yeah, with all our days off, we can definitely get that coordinated, huh? I do know somebody who's got a Humphreys Tank 2 for sale.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had him on the podcast, GT.
Oh. Um.
Probably a good deal too.
Probably. Yeah. He's
Anyway,
got to pay for the other smoker he bought. That's the
God,
size of a house.
saw the picture of that. Holy shit! He said he got it for a great deal. I'm like, it better have been a great deal. He's like, yeah, and I just don't know where to put it.
Well, see, there's my concern. I would buy something like that and like, well, I can't use this anywhere. It's like,
Yeah,
I got to put an addition onto my house.
just to have.
Because you can't have that thing sitting outside. In other food truck news, Mr. Hallboy has added a second
Oh.
trailer to his fleet.
Yeah, he did. Just out of the blue too. Well, I mean, kind of, I guess. But.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So he's a guy then. I'm not sure if he listens. Do you know if he listens?
I do not know.
Okay. Well, if you do, hi.
We can
And
totally
I mean,
make
zero offense. It's
well, you
just
totally make fun of him. It's fine.
is just an observation. And my Facebook's so cluttered, I don't see a lot of shit anyways. But I do see a lot of his setup posts.
Yeah.
So from my point of view, it seems then that he must be way busier than he appears on Facebook. And maybe that's he does a lot of catering probably.
Well, let me help you out with this.
Okay.
Well, all right. Him and I we've discussed numbers and such, and he said they were doing better than I was, and I'm doing better than I ever thought I would. So we'll just put it like that. But he was worried starting last year that his current little trailer,
Mm-hmm.
which is also wrapped, might be off-putting because of the size, because of the wrap, because of politics, and what some people might feel. He's got a big, huge, on the front of his trailer, American flag.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And his logo is a cow guy with two guns. So I remember having a talk about that, as he thought that might be off-putting, and obviously the size of the trailer. It's a small trailer. I mean, he's 6'2". I don't know how he fits in there. He's gonna have.
It's just a cargo trailer. It's not.
Yeah, he's gonna have back problems by now. I don't know. So the new trailer looks like a porch. Looks like it's a vending trailer set up for that. So I'm hoping maybe that will solve that. Maybe he's just keeping the other trailer for events or something else. And again, I'm not. Don't quote me on that. I'm just going by what we've talked about.
We should get him on. If he'd be interested.
So he's partners with his partner Danny. And I don't know. I don't know what their dynamic is like. I think whenever I ask him about something, he always refers me to Danny. So I'm wondering if they have a GC60. They had a Southern Q limo cooking off the trailer. Their health department was fine with that. Mm-hmm. One smoker is at his house, one smoker is at his partner's house, and they live half hour away from each other. So it's interesting. It's their dynamic is very interesting.
Maybe we need to have both of them on. Maybe we can start some shit, stir the pot.
Oh, I mean, that's
Jeff, if you're listening, we want you guys on. So I'm looking at their schedule for last week.
Yeah.
And
they started last year doing the mobile or the roadside. They weren't doing roadside. They were hooked up with that guy that I was for a little while that like booked subdivisions. So they were going everywhere just for the subdivisions.
So they are. So last Tuesday they had lunch in Fenton from 11 to 2:30, and then they had 2 dinner locations listed, 4:30 to 7:30 for both subdivisions.
Mm-hmm.
So they're running both trailers out. Must be.
Must be.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, it's 4 locations on Wednesday, 3 on Thursday, 3 on Friday. Double dinners every day.
Yeah, I mean, and it's
Good for them. I mean, but yeah, just you know, I don't know. It just didn't seem to me so.
it seemed like
I
it was out of the blue.
Yeah, and I kind of put them in the same vein as Bubba almost, where he would do a few days a week type of thing.
Yeah,
Is what it felt like, just based off Facebook posts and that kind of thing. Not that there's anything wrong with that, Bubba. As long as you're happy, buddy.
Bubba does a lot of catering.
Yeah, yeah. But at the same time, I wouldn't expect Bubba to be pulling the trigger on a second trailers, you know.
Yeah.
So, anyways. But if you do, good for you, and I'm happy for you, bud.
Bubba wants a brick and mortar again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hasn't
Him
learned
and
his
I-
lesson yet.
Him and I have talked about it on what our when I was trying to figure out if a brick and mortar or if a second trailer was going to be worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. I might go take a look at I don't know if I mentioned the Pizza Hut building that is available near me.
Oh, well, Pizza Hut building.
Yeah. It's been for sale for a little while. Pretty cheap. But I'm going to guess outside of location, there's a reason it's pretty cheap. So $250,000 for it. But as I was talking to somebody else who owns a meadery across the street who's also looking for a spot, I mentioned it to him. He said, well, there's one problem with the Pizza Hut building. He said, no matter what you do to it, it always looks like a Pizza Hut.
It's true. Yeah.
He said, unless you redo the roof, he said, it's always going to be a Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I guess. But it's dirt cheap, man. You don't see what I'm going to guess is still intact, for the most part, commercial kitchen. Probably needs a little bit of money into it, but
Yeah.
you or I could probably move into that, assuming there's no like major issues.
Structural.
Yeah, with an intact commercial kitchen. I mean, we don't need the pizza oven, so if that's gone, whatever.
Yeah.
Give me some sinks and some refrigeration and some prep space. That's all I need.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty enticing. So I might look at it this winter, and then if it's one of those things, if it's still available in another year, pull the trigger maybe, or at least start to figure out if it's a feasible thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm staying out of that for a little while.
Yeah, that's a whole different animal. Yeah, but for me, it's more to have the prep space and to be able to have one place for everything, and to be able to have someone come in and either do an overnight or do the early morning shift, you know, and do all that prep stuff at 3:00 or do like a midnight to 7 shift type of thing, you know, handle all
So
the
the
prep
one-
for the day.
The one thing I was thinking about too is you have okay, so you get this commissary kitchen or your your commercial kitchen, whatever, and then I assume you put your smoker there.
Yep.
And then you're away from your smoker, so if anything happens,
Mhm.
you can't fix it right away. And that's like that's the part that does scare me a little bit.
Yeah.
So even if I had, you know, a Old Hickory or Southern Pride outside underneath a canopy of some sort, a wooden, you know, canopy like Holy Smokers has with his, you know, it's like if something messes up, you can't go fix it. You gotta, I mean, you can, but it might take you a few to get there.
Right. I mean, I have turned off the alerts so my Fireboard has alert. You can set alerts for it for temp gets too low, temp gets too high.
Yeah.
I don't even use them because they weren't waking me up anyways.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
All they were doing was waking up my wife, and then she'd slap me and wake me up.
Nice.
And we've had, especially overnight, I think we've only had twice in the last year and a half that I've woken up and the temp's been low. And that's just from a bridge or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
But again, I think my ideal situation would be have someone there overnight from like midnight until 7 o'clock. And they handle all the prep for the day. They do the macaroni and cheese. They get the meats all set and ready to go. Yeah. I think that's my ideal situation. So.
Yeah, it works.
And that way I don't have to worry. That way I can get some sleep. And then I can even potentially be on the trailer more. Or a trailer more. Or at least, get more than 5 hours of sleep every night. It would be nice.
Well, 5 hours is a good amount.
Sure. So I had posted on our Monday morning food truck Facebook page after we started our promotion. And it was just something to get a conversation started. Never in my wildest dreams did I expect the first comment that we got. So all I said was, what types of promotions or giveaways have worked for you or failed miserably? And then I highlighted what we're doing. Saying that the hope is... Huh?
I said, yeah, I saw that.
So the hope is to bump up the smaller tickets and get more people coming through. And Mr. Douglas Myers, I'm not sure if he listens or if he just follows us on Facebook. He says,
we appreciate either way.
Huh?
We appreciate either way.
Yeah. He says, why do you need them gimmicks? Perhaps that's the real question.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Well,
all right. So all right, here's the thing. I'll be honest with you. I was talking with my wife yesterday about your promotion.
Yep.
And I think your $20 thing, your low limit, I guess you can call it, I think is too low. If you're trying to bump up tickets, you're already running a higher average ticket as it is. I guess where's the $20 come in? Like if somebody came in and did 50, to me that would be worth an entry. Even 40 probably would be worth an entry. Because that's really bumping up your ticket. But
so you're talking about so when we talk about our average tickets for the year, and I think right now we're at like $28.75.
Granted, that includes catering. Completely understand.
If you go to a normal day,
it's probably $15-$16. Like I get that part. I get that. I guess I'm just, when you say $20 on a food truck, to me that just seems small. Like that number is like, I have a buddy of mine who will only go to a food truck if he expects to pay $20. $20 out the door. Whether that includes tip or not, that's just that he drops a 20 and be done. So I'm wondering if your goal was to increase your ticket, whether that extra $3 or $4 is really worth getting thousands of entry points or entries versus maybe getting hundreds and having a $40 ticket or even a $30 ticket or something. Double whatever ticket you have now. Don't just go up a couple dollars.
But we still have those large tickets already. And that's why you get more tickets with the higher amount. So there's still incentive to go to 50.
Why not do 25 and 50 versus 20 and 50?
Because I picked 20.
Oh, okay. All right. I was just asking.
Because we have a lot of $15 tickets.
Yeah, and I get
those
that.
$15 tickets to be $20 tickets.
But again, is your dollar amount's going to be too? Is that $20 too low?
I don't think so.
Okay, as long as you're good with it, that's all that matters. I'm just giving my opinion. I'm just giving you my opinion. I was just giving my opinion.
Okay, how many times are you going to say it?
Till it sinks in.
You're fine. You were entitled to your opinion. It's like the person that says, no offense, but... And I don't mean any offense by it, but...
But
But
if there's a but, yeah.
Yeah.
No, and it's... We are...
It's not like it's a 50-50 raffle where those direct sales are going into the fund to pay for the PlayStation.
No. You're making money doing what you normally
All
do.
we're doing is
you're
trying
just
to
incentivized.
increase... Yeah. Trying to get people to add a side onto their sandwich.
Yeah.
Or a side and a drink. You know? All those people that we get that just get a sandwich or just get a wrap. You know? Or just get a loaded mac and cheese. And we have a lot of those, especially during lunch.
Yeah.
And it's more to get those people that do spend $20 to come back more than once. You know? Again, for me, it's about attainability. You don't want the price. I don't want the price to entry.
See,
it takes people out.
It'd be more going back to what we originally talked about. It'd be more understanding. I'd be able to understand it more if you were using the entries as a marketing tool. Because you're getting people's information. It's a marketing tool. Okay, now you can set up, text alerts on where you are and be able.
But we're using the promotion as a marketing tool.
Only on one phase. Like you're not using it to its full ability. Let's put it that way. You're only using it for a select thing of, okay, I want my customers to come up and spend $20 versus $15, and for them to do that, I'll give them an entry to win a PlayStation 5, not knowing that your average ticket is $15 and you're going to get thousands upon thousands. Well, I'm going to say thousands of entries on an average day or average month, I should say. You'll probably have 2,000 or 3,000 entries.
Okay.
You think so? Like, did you count how many entries you think you'd have?
No. There's no way to know.
No, but you can know your customer count.
Right.
And, if...
But that's not to say that I know how many, on average, how many of those are over 20. Like, Square doesn't break that down for you that way.
No. But you know if you go back to the same place and you've seen the same people, is it going to incentivize the same people that you have because you have a following to buy that extra side or to spend that $20 just to win that PS5? Or is this, let's get new customers in, or is it trying to get both?
It's both.
Yeah. So I think if you're not using it using the marketing to its full ability, $20 is too low.
Okay. So you're saying that you would then use all those phone numbers to use text marketing and all those email to use email marketing.
If you're doing it like that, abso-freaking-lutely. Why wouldn't you?
Doing it like that?
No, I'm sorry. If you're giving away a large prize, a prize that's worth $500-$600 to some people, that's like when you go to, a festival or something and you see a local credit union right out, like have a tent, and all they're doing is just sitting there and they say, enter to win a new car.
Right.
Well, you know that they're using that for marketing.
Correct.
No matter what, like marketing, and not just the car, but they're using all the information they get.
Yes.
And you're not.
Correct.
Or you don't plan to, I should say. You can't say you're not. You don't plan to.
Right.
So I think that's...
How much... Okay, let's go back. You explored it, and you aren't doing it with the number of phone numbers you have. Why? Text marketing through Square. Or
because I did it to where they... After they paid their bill, so basically it's...
I understand. It doesn't matter how you got the phone numbers. You have phone numbers. Why aren't you doing text marketing?
Oh, because I have to pay for it, and I didn't pay for it.
Exactly.
But okay.
It's
but you
cost prohibitive. I'm not going to go on my phone and put in 1,000 phone numbers and do a text message from my phone number.
No, but there are other ways that are cheaper than Square. But
not much. I've looked. They're all about the same. For text and email. Any of those are, you're going to pay. Even if it's 10 cents a send, if you're talking thousands,
But I got like 30 people
Okay.
that signed up for text messaging.
Okay.
You're
But we're
going to
talking
get
thousands.
you're going to get 3,000 people that are going to sign up for
Which,
text messaging.
which,
There's a big
if,
difference.
yeah, it costs more.
I understand it costs more,
Exponentially costs more.
but you have more of you have more of. I'm not going to spend $20 to send 30 people a text.
Hmm.
I might spend 200 to send 3,000 people a text.
Every week.
I'm not saying every week. You don't have to do it every week.
Well, you were just talking about letting people know where we are
I'm
via
like
text or email.
you can build a database. You're an IT guy. You know how to do it.
Uh huh.
Of where each people are from and something of that nature and where you got them from and okay, these 30 people came to my truck in Holland today, so next time I go to Holland I'm going to send them a text.
No, there's just no way that is a feasible. There's not enough. I don't have time. You know.
When you get your people, that when you have your second truck and you don't want to work on your truck, then that's the way to manage then you're working on your
That is
business.
not a cost advantage for me to spend the money to do it and the man hours to do it when we reach our people through so many other avenues. How many of those text messages do you read that you get from companies?
I don't get any.
You don't? How about emails? How about promotional emails from companies? How many of those do you read?
I don't. That's why I wasn't talking about emails.
Okay, it's the same for text. You know how many fucking text messages I get from companies and stuff?
I get it.
No one reads them.
I'm just saying that there's also a lot of people that don't have Facebook.
I understand, and that's why we have our schedule on our website.
Okay. Just
your opinion.
Just my opinion.
That's, oh my God, it's fine.
I just think I think if you're gonna do it, go
Okay,
big or
okay.
go.
Well, let's rewind a little bit. If I was giving away 10 baskets of rubs, would we be having this conversation?
No, I don't think we would. No.
Okay, so if I was giving away 10 baskets of $50 value of rub, we wouldn't be having the same conversation, even though I'm giving away the same
Do you know
dollar
why?
amount of stuff.
No, because the prize that you're giving away is more applicable to more people.
Which prize is more applicable to more people?
A PlayStation 5 is
So
more
I'm
applicable.
going to get more bang for my buck on the one giveaway than the 10 giveaways then. That's what you just said, because it's more applicable to more people.
Correct. I'm not denying that. But I'm not if
You just
if
said I'm not getting enough value out of what I'm doing.
because you're not going all the way with it. You're only just using it to give away to increase your ticket price $3 to $4 and to
get new people into the truck. Why are we discounting the other part of it? Why are we so hung up on just increasing $3 to $4?
Because that's that's the biggest reason to do it. That's I mean,
No, it's not.
okay, new people. So how are new people going to find you anyway? Just on Facebook? If you're not marketing, did you put an ad?
Yes.
Did you do an ad for it?
Of course I did.
Okay. Did you do an ad? Did you do an ad for the whole state? Did you do an ad just for the counties that you go into?
I did the same ad that I do for everything else. The same frickin' all of the western half of Michigan.
Okay. Well, hopefully that works.
Jesus Christ.
Hopefully they love barbecue and want to go and want to win a PlayStation 5. I just think you have all that information and you're just letting it go. You're going to
Why
get
do we need to exploit everything we get from people?
I'm not saying exploit
You
it.
are. That's exactly what it is. You have this information and you're not going to reach back out to them.
Because I know that, again, if I go to that credit union and I enter
Because it happens every time you do it.
Exactly.
Why do you have to be like every other person?
So are you saying you're going to be different?
Yes.
So don't worry, Mr. So-and-so. Even though you've given me all your personal information, I'm not going to use it for anything.
Correct.
Okay.
Just like I didn't the last time when we gave away all the rub. You know what I did with all those slips after we were done with them? Threw them away.
Well, hopefully you shredded them.
I burned them. I used them to start a fire.
Good. Good thing. Good thing.
Yeah, but let's put them in a database because that's secure.
Well, you're an IT guy.
I was an IT guy. I'm not an IT guy anymore. I'm a food truck operator.
You was an IT guy.
Yeah. Are you a real estate guy?
I still keep in keep in touch.
Yeah. Get me a mortgage.
Okay, I'll refer you to a good friend.
Nope, I want you to do it. You're a mortgage
I'm not
guy.
licensed. I'm not licensed.
Oh.
It's different. I have to be licensed to do it. You don't have to be licensed to be an IT guy.
You have to be employed to be an IT guy.
You can be a freelancer, as long as you know what you're doing.
Apparently I don't, though, so maybe I should go back to IT work.
I didn't say you don't know what you're doing now. I just getting all angry. Jeez. Angry Josh.
Well, at first you say that I am not getting enough value out of it, and then you say I'm getting more value than I was out of my previous promotion. That would have been fine.
That. First of all, I didn't know that was your previous promotion.
What?
I didn't know that. I didn't know you did a previous promotion like this before.
Would it have made a difference if you had? Would you be changing the way you're talking now?
I don't believe I said the word value. I think you inserted the word value. I just said that you're not using it to your full potential.
Of course.
Okay, so
are you using everything you have to your full potential?
I try. I don't know. I don't know what the full potential is sometimes.
You have access to emails. You have access to your return customers through Square. You don't?
I do.
So why don't you?
Well, I don't think so. I only have like 10 emails.
Square collects information on all of them.
It does, but it doesn't allow you to see them. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They have to sign up for it, which is what they're doing with you.
They're not signing up for it.
No, I'm saying they have to voluntarily provide it.
Mm-hmm.
Not if they've ever done business with Square and Square knows who they are. They send it to Joe Schmo's email address. Mm-hmm. I don't see Joe Schmo's email address.
Why do you need to? Why do you need to in order to send one to him?
But you're just telling me that I have access to those and I don't.
But you have access to market to them, don't you?
No,
you can market to them without seeing their individuals, right?
No, you don't. You have to have them opt in for marketing. So that's the thing. You send out a marketing email to all your people who email, as far as opt in, if they can, then the fact that they can opt out or whatever. There's a whole lot of, in mortgages, there was a whole lot of email rules that we had to do. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that if you have all this information, again, if your goal is just to get more customers and increase, okay. But who's to say that, Mary, who's going to might get an email from you, doesn't have 7 people at her house right then and says, "Oh, Sweet Rex is in town. Let's go to their food truck. Last time I had it was fucking awesome." What if Mary doesn't check Facebook all the time? There's 7
check her email all the time.
Well, there's 7 new customers you could have had.
Well, why don't you do a TV ad, Bert?
I don't know enough.
How about a radio ad?
I did.
How about a billboard?
Don't know enough about it.
You had a radio ad? Or you were on the radio?
The radio
spot.
There's
a difference.
Yeah, they played it a couple times. It's a spot. But it was free, so I took it. I don't know enough about those ads yet. I don't even know half about Facebook ads yet. So I haven't run a Facebook ad in 4 months. So I'm...
Mm-hmm. For the guy not doing any promotion, you sure are telling me an awful lot of how to do it.
I wasn't telling you how to do it. I was, remember,
just my opinion.
Just my opinion.
Yeah.
I think if you're running a promotion but not using it to its full ability, again, what's the sense of running it?
Okay, so if I wasn't collecting email address or phone number and just a name and said you had to be present to win, then that would be okay, because then I'm not collecting the information.
Yeah, because there's no other reason. You don't have any other reason to use that information. You can't call Bob on the phone because you don't got Bob's number.
Just because you have it doesn't mean you have to use it.
You're the only one that collects that information and doesn't use it.
I am going to use it to contact them when they win.
And hopefully they do. But it's like that's why I'm saying a promotion like this, not through you, but
Okay, well, hold on. So when you buy raffle tickets from the local Little League team and you put on your name and your email address and your phone, you expect to get promotional stuff from them?
I expect them to reach out to me every time they have a raffle. Yeah. Because I bought a raffle ticket for them, so why wouldn't I wouldn't, hey, we're having another raffle. Would you please buy a raffle ticket from us?
No, because those are door-to-door sales from kids that are going door-to-door, or I guess they're now on Facebook, but whatever.
But I would expect to say, hey, we're having another raffle. Would you like to buy a ticket? What do you mean, no?
The kid doesn't get that back the next year. Here's all the people you sold raffle tickets to.
No, but if they know who you are.
They don't.
You have a customer named Mary, right? From what I remember a couple of years ago, Mary was a customer that came all the time.
Uh-huh.
She was the first one we ever told hashtag tell your friends.
Okay.
Okay. So she has, is she going to come put an extra side on her order just to get a raffle ticket?
Maybe.
But is Joe Schmo, who's never eaten in the past, going to put an extra side and spend $20 to buy or to
no, maybe he wouldn't have been there. Maybe he wouldn't be there that day if we weren't doing the promotion. Because maybe he saw the ad.
Maybe.
And said, oh, you know what? I'm going to give him a try today.
As opposed to any other day.
Yeah.
Because you've been running the same ad with the exception of no promotion.
Running the same ad with no promotion.
You've been running an ad for yourself within the same community. This one just has a promotion attached to it.
No, it's not the same ad. It's not attached to our weekly schedule. It's a separate ad.
Correct. I'm just saying you're running an ad in the same community for a different purpose.
Correct.
But in the same community. So if he's seen this ad, more than likely he's going to see the other one.
Not necessarily. It's
Why?
not anywhere near how it works. Not all our people see our ads. Not all our people see our posts.
So
there could be a person.
Are you hoping different people see this ad?
Doesn't see any other. Do you see the same things from the same people every time you open Facebook?
I see yours every day.
Because you interact with it.
Okay.
That's the only way people see it every day.
So are you hoping that new people see this ad versus any other ad you've had?
I'm hoping they see all of them, but they're not going to. I know for a fact that different people will see this than they see the weekly Monday schedule. Just like different people see the weekly Monday schedule every week. It's not the same 1,000 people every time that it reaches.
Okay.
Do you think that when I do an ad out to Facebook that the same 4,000 people see it every week?
That's my hope.
That's not how the algorithm works. I guarantee you there'll be some overlap where some people will see it multiple times if they like it.
I don't have a Facebook degree to know how an algorithm works. I throw an ad in and hope for the best.
Yeah. So if someone that doesn't follow us, we're talking non-followers, sees the ad and just scrolls right past without doing anything with it, the likelihood of them seeing that ad again is lower than if they hit the like button. Because Facebook will know that the ad didn't catch their attention, so we're not going to show it to them again. But if they like your weekly post, then Facebook's going to be like, they like this type of content, we're going to throw it out in front of them again when you post another ad. So when you run an ad, especially in a large metro area, your ads are going to go to different people every time you run them, or a large subset of different people. There'll be overlap, but by large, you're going to see a rotation of groups of people.
Okay.
So by your theory, me running an ad promoting our page for 3 years, we would have already seen all the people we were going to see. And that
no, there's always new people on Facebook, so that's not true.
Whatever.
I mean,
by and large.
ish. All right.
But if I were to start that ad again to promote getting likes on our Facebook page, I guarantee you we'd have 500 likes by the end of next week. So,
500? You want to think so?
Skippy, I don't know how many more bets you want to make. Because I think we got like 200 on the Lions winning the North this year.
That's not bad.
Well, I know that's why you were so eager to bet $200 that they wouldn't. You don't remember? I'm going to have to go digging through the podcast.
No, it's right here. We'll post a note. I'm good.
It's on a post-it. Was it 200?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
And you can be all gloaty next Monday when we talk when they get their asses kicked by Kansas City. But I don't think anybody expects them to win that game. I just want it to be a good game.
Most places I'm seeing are predicting the Lions schedule or Lions win-loss record to be 13-4 or 11-6.
That's where I kind of have them as 11 wins. I just don't want them to get embarrassed on Thursday. That's my want. I want it to be a game. I don't want them to get embarrassed.
But they do have a previous tendency to blow the games they're supposed to win and like really do good in the games they're supposed to lose. So
this is going to be an environment unlike most of those guys have ever played.
Let's say let's say they somehow get past the Chiefs. I'm guessing 6 losses in a row afterward.
If the hype is this bad right now across the country, can you imagine if they go into Arrowhead on the night they hang the banner and beat Kansas City?
Oh.
They're going to burn the state. It's going to be like they won the Super Bowl.
Well.
Yeah, and then they lose the next 4. So
good time.
Anyways,
on the good note, I hope it does well. I hope your promotion does well.
It's already doing fine. It's
in the 3 days you run it. How many?
We are just trying to do something fun and nice.
I thought the round
that's it
was the fun
and
nice.
Night. Yeah. Okay.
Now
I'm going to give away 3 shirts.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Design those yet?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to see the design. I think that's all. Jeez, fucking angry.
I'm not angry.
Angry, Josh.
I am not angry at all.
Like you were just in Warsaw in the wind. Jeez.
I wasn't angry that day either. I was tired that day.
I was just looking at the scores for that day. I don't know. I was on Barbecue Dad just looking at scores. I'm like, I couldn't cook that day.
Yeah, I think we got a call. We might have gotten one. Maybe. It would have had to been an early meat. It would have had to been brisket or pork. Because I was prepping ribs in the back of the van.
Yeah, it was definitely.
No, it's this promotion is. We are not desperate for customers. We're not desperate for extra sales.
Oh,
I don't need to do the promotion. It's just something to keep interest up at a time when we start to see things slowing down because it's fall and there's activities and it's a way to get people to think. I'm never going to say, hey, you're doing it, you know what? People. Let's go. You know what? Monopoly or McDonald's doesn't need to do Monopoly, but they fucking do it, and it brings people back into McDonald's, doesn't it? People that wouldn't normally eat at McDonald's are going to McDonald's to get a fucking large fry.
Does it still do Monopoly?
I don't think so. After the lawsuit, no.
By the way, Warsaw 2016. I finished 21st. You finished 23rd.
Yeah.
I had a call in chicken. You had.
There probably were no calls.
No. 18th in brisket.
Yes.
24th in pork.
Yeah, no calls then.
23rd in ribs.
I would have had to get a call on something that I put on the smoker before the storm hit.
An 18-inch chicken.
Yeah. Hey, at least we stayed because it was pretty close to leaving.
Yeah, it was bad. Anyway, shout out to my good friends at Q-Jitsu for getting their first GC ever.
Oh, yeah.
Last weekend. Good for them. I didn't give a shout out last time, but I'll give a shout out this time.
Never forget your first.
Never forget your first. Figure out how to mount that belt on my truck, and I still haven't done it yet. Yeah.
I'm not sure what the belt is.
Oh, it's in there somewhere.
Well, that promotional conversation took a turn that I did not expect. So, whatever.
I'm not saying it's bad. I did not say it was bad at all. Just think that your dollar amount's too low and that you're not using all the information for your benefit because you're in business for your benefit. So that's all I'm going to say.
I'm never mind. Mm-hmm.
And both our teams won this weekend.
It barely counts.
Correct. Right now, Michigan State winning anything is great, okay?
Weren't you guys down like after the first quarter or first half?
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I just saw they won.
I think I saw a score that was like 10-7 at some point. But
are you following the whole Colorado primetime Dion thing?
Ish. I know they won. They upset Texas, TCU.
Yeah, Texas Christian University. Yeah. But it was back and forth the whole game, and they came in as a 20-point underdog.
Yeah, it didn't look like their schedule was crazy hard either. But I have not been following college football super close either, so I could be wrong in that. But yeah, I think they'll do fine.
They 80. It was like 80-something new players on their team this year. Like, and he brought a lot of players with him.
It's easy to get players to come play for you when you're Deion Sanders, you know.
Very true.
And when you have the connections that he has and the NIL deals that can come with that, so I think they'll do. I think they'll do well.
So he's got 4 or 3 more ranked games to play. September 30th, he's against number 6 USC. If USC is still number 6, but so he's got Oregon and USC back to back. So that should be a big task for him.
I got nothing against Colorado, even though they stole a championship from Michigan. But
I don't believe it was a stolen, but anyway.
Anywho, all right, everybody. Well, it was that was fun. If you want to hop in on anything promotional, go ahead.
Yeah, what were your promotionals? We want to see.
Pile on. Let Skippy can pick apart your.
Hey, Colton came to your rescue.
Yep.
All right, have a safe weekend, everybody, or safe week, or safe everything. Just be safe.
Happy Labor Day. Everybody enjoy not working. I'm going to. We will see you all next week, Monday. Same time, 9 o'clock, and same channel. Peace out, everybody.
Recording stopped.